The reality is the Sister co-star who framed her divorce as a graduation that a lot of her fans were congratulating her for. She graduated from her marriage, has been slowly facing the consequences of initiating her divorce. And what's interesting to me is I saw a recent post that was shared on the Shade Room of her saying that she's ready to love again. And this is why I think that's confusing.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
But first, check out the video for yourself. So again, the caption on this video reads, Tia Mowry says she's ready to fall in love again. She gets a text message there. It's supposed to be some type of I guess, introduction to her dating life. And it reads, "Hi, Tia. How are you doing? Thinking about you and checking in."
Hey, I'm doing okay. I truly feel like I'm really taking care of little Tia. You know, these past 3 years. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. Sorry. I really feel like in these past 3 years, I have gotten to know myself. There have been lots of moments of solitude and silence, but I feel like that is where growth happens. You know, what my therapist told me, she said, Tia, you know, you've done a lot of healing, you've done a lot of growing, and you've done a lot of reading. And now it's time for you to get out there and to apply what you have learned. I'm ready. I'm ready to fall in love again. Like, I am ready for love.
And so you guys heard it for yourself. Tia Mowry says that her therapist told her that she's now ready to go apply what she's been learning in her sessions, her therapy sessions. And she says, hey, she's happy that her daughter there is doing well. But what I personally found interesting about this actual video is she's been dating. However, she's introducing herself again to the world like, here I go. I'm finally stepping into the dating market. Will this work out? When we already know it hasn't been working out. In fact, from what I remember, let's actually talk to Miss Coffee, our AI assistant barista. Miss Coffee, talk to me. When did Tia Mowry get divorced? Just to confirm.
Tia Mowry filed for divorce from Corey Hardricht in October 2022. The divorce was finalized in April 2023. So, filed October 2022. Legally divorced April 2023.
So she was legally divorced by April 2023. And from what I remember, from 2023 till now, she's been dating and she's been failing miserably. Why? Because when your definition of a successful marriage is graduating from that marriage, then there's something wrong with how you view marriage. Why? Well, because if you believe happiness is a good enough reason to leave your marriage, divorce your husband, and ruin your family, then you probably have issues in other areas of your life that have to do with dating. Quick break here to talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. One of the expert attorneys in our prenup guide explains a dangerous myth, which is that a lot of people think that you don't need an experienced attorney to draft your prenup. Some people even try to draft their prenups themselves and are shocked when the judge throws that prenup out in court. At fathershaverights.com, we've made it easy to learn how to get a prenup. Our expert attorneys explain everything in clear, easy to understand language. Click the link pinned to the top of the comment section and join the hundreds of men protecting their future marriages the right way. But just to give you guys a little bit of proof as to why this whole post really doesn't make any sense to me, and she's been dating and struggling, here's the proof. Here's her, look at the date on this video, and there are further videos with further dates. This one was released in 2024. And it's her talking about her dating experiences. Check it out.
So I went out on this date with this guy, never met him. I just saw him on the app. And we meet up at a restaurant. And
by the way, guys, Tia's on the dating apps, you know, so I don't know. Some of you are like, hey, I'll take it. Right. So
he walks in with this grill. Do you guys know what a grill is? It's like jewelry, like, you know, on your feet. And where I'm sitting down, he sits down, and I was like, okay, we're about to eat. Please, where are you putting this grill? Like, what is going to happen? And he did what I thought he was going to do, which was literally right before we ate, he took the grill out and just put it right on the table. And I was like,
I wanted to tap out right then, but
at your age, it's a grill. At my age, it's dentures.
girl.
So you've got her host there who's asking her questions about her dating life, talking about the men who she's dealing with have dentures, and she's over there talking about the man with the grill. But my main point here that I'm trying to make is this post here sounds like, okay, guys, I'm finally doing this dating thing, when the reality is she's been doing this dating thing. And she's been in search of that happiness that she supposedly wasn't getting in her marriage, and it hasn't been going well for her from what we hear. Of course, we're going to check out a few comments here, see what the people have to say. This lady here says, a grill on a dinner date is wild. Somebody else here added, you'll find a good man. I admire you. So because this woman admires Tia Mowry as a person, she just believes that she's going to find a good man. And again, we have to remember here, guys, we're not dealing with the type of women who measure the value, like whether a relationship is successful or not, based on whether it failed or they initiated divorce. No, it's like, if I'm not happy, I get to leave. Success is based on me, right? I'll tell you whether this marriage is successful or not. This person here responded back to her and said she had one. She had a good man. Now, some of you may be saying, Shisha, what are you talking about? Just because she dated that one time, it does not mean that she kept on dating. Well, there are other videos, I'm sure you guys have seen them, like this one. Probably one of the most uncomfortable videos I've seen of her in the dating market. And she's on this show, on this date with this dude right here, and doing this really annoying Kamala Harris laugh. You know, that like obnoxious laughing that you do when you're nervous. And because I can't actually play the real video, I'm just going to have the audio playing in the background, and you guys can just listen to her interaction and her laugh. It's annoying. Check it out.
It's nice to meet you.
That you showed up alone.
Aww.
And that it wasn't
Other people.
I'm glad it's you.
Yeah,
I'm glad
thank
it's
you.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much. I know this. Are you nervous?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm nervous too. Yeah,
for sure.
But it's all good.
He lied, by the way. He's not nervous. She's like all over the place.
Right.
So how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Been out here for a day or two.
I just want to let you know, she just picked up an empty glass of nothing, right? There's nothing in the glass, and she starts to drink it and realizes that there's no water inside.
I'm thinking there's water in here.
Now I'm the server.
And she said, I'm thinking there's water in there. I got to explain it because you guys can't see it.
Yeah, water, please.
So I am very, very nervous. And what I tend to do when I'm nervous is laugh.
Oh my God. So I know nothing about you.
Yeah, same. And like,
I know your name is Charles, right?
yes, Charles from Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
And where are you from? Born and raised?
So I am from all over because my parents were in the army.
Okay.
So I was born in Gelhausen, Germany. I only know 9 and Guten Morgen. That's it.
Nice. That's a start.
And then I lived in Texas for a while. And then I lived in Hawaii for a while. And then LA.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. May I get you guys started with any drinks?
Do you know what up?
And the waitress comes up. I guess I got to know. Am I the only one who thinks that she sounds like Kamala Harris? And am I the only one who's annoyed?
Thought water was in here.
Oh, yes.
Would you like some water?
She looks so good just drinking, hanging with the water and that. Yeah, it was good. It was cute. It was cute.
Thank you.
I really have PTSD when it comes to dating.
So there you go. That's pretty much it. So there she is dating. And obviously things didn't work out with that guy. And she just kept on going and kept on struggling. Top comment here reads, why is she laughing so hard? Like that over nothing. Somebody else responded and says, because she's extremely nervous. Here's somebody else who says, yeah, Tia annoys me. Another person here says, me too. Here's another person who says, I don't know. I think it's cute. Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. I'm sorry. The laugh is annoying. Next comment here says, she is Kamala's daughter. Ha, ha, ha. Exactly. I'm glad I saw this comment. Here's somebody else who says, be quiet and let him lead the convo. Yeah. You know, this is part of the problem, right? You think that you know best and you think that there's better out there for you. And chances are, most people who are actually leaving marriages that really don't have any issues, whether you're a man or a woman, you realize that there really isn't much out there for you than STDs, trauma, and a whole lot of problems. And in Tia Mowry's case, probably another divorce, right? Because even if you get remarried, your chances of divorce just go that much higher. Here's another person who says, all she had to do was start dating her husband again. I really think she lost a good guy because dating is extremely exhausting. So somebody else here says, I normally love her laugh, but I was cringing watching this scene. It's cringy as hell. Another person who says that was painful. It was very painful, right? And you guys could probably feel the cringe just by hearing it, even though you can't see it yourself. And of course, while all this is going on here, you have Corey Hardrick posting thirst traps and a bunch of chicks here begging to be his next concubine.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel
Drink
better.
the coffee. Fight over the prize, ladies. Fight over the prize. Again, don't forget that this video is focused on Tia Mowry pretty much saying, hey, I'm ready to love again. I'm finally ready, when she's been ready, right? Here's her on another platform of this guy. He panders. He's just like a pander guy. Derek Jackson, except like Hispanic version, is what I took from this situation. And here she is talking about how terrible it's been dating in 2023.
How hard is it in the dating world now?
Very tough. And it is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I want to throw the towel in. Someone had told me, and I wanted to be like, no, I disagree with you, and I don't want to believe it. My last relationship, when dating was, when I was, dating this person, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was wonderful. There was courting that was, involved.
This person is your ex-husband, who you were about to say his name, but, spared him. That's good.
And I was saying how I feel like that's no longer, present, meaning like people just don't court each other anymore. And this person was like, well, that's old news. Like people just don't do that anymore. There's just this whole new way of doing. You mentioned tradition, and I think that's where it kind of needs to go back to, where,
oh yeah, let's go back to the tradition of, hold on. Are we listening to marriage advice from Tia Mowry and her telling people, let's go back to tradition? You can't make this shit up, man.
Man is courting a woman and showing her, how much he appreciates her and wants her and loves her or wants to be with her. They have this mentality right off the bat that there is someone else. Do you know what I mean? Like there could be someone else.
Is it that they're the prize?
Yes.
We talking deep here.
Yes.
We about to get into it.
Oh my God, that the man is the prize.
The man is the prize.
Yes. I'm talking loud. Yes.
And there you have the co-host there talking about we're going deep when you really aren't. This sounds like a regular TikTok rant, and she's about to go into how the man's not the prize. But when you're 40, divorced, and already have children, the man who you're looking for most likely is the prize. And in case you didn't get enough of that, here's more dating advice from Tia Mowry, encouraging you to not leave your marriage so easily like she did. Wait, guys, so never mind. I actually can't play this video. It has music on it. But in short, she talks about how we live in a society where people give up on marriage really easily, and people just think that there's always something better. The irony is pretty crazy. And here you have people in the comments that are saying, but ain't she divorced him? And somebody else responded back and says, according to her own words, she shouldn't have given up.
So you talk about your transition. And I like that you use that word.
Yes.
Do you not use the D word?
I think it's so loaded. It has such a stigma.
So you're
on
rebranding it.
I am.
I was there at the BET Awards. You
Yes,
were there.
yes,
Corey's there
yes,
with your son,
yes,
Creed.
Yes, we are still a family. We're going to Disneyland together.
The four of you.
Yes, for Halloween. I'm not saying that it's easy because, again, I want to be transparent. Co-parenting, it has its rough patches. I think that we are doing a great job, and the reason why I say that is because family and our kids are what is most important. Yeah. As long as there's love and compassion, that's most important.
Tia Mowry recently posted on Instagram, why is she getting backlash for calling herself a single mom? She went on and posted a slideshow about what being a single mom means for her. So she talks about how being a single mom doesn't always mean a mom who's doing it completely by herself with no help from the dad. And she talks about how for her and her household, she is single. She's holding down the fort, so to speak, every day by herself because the dad is not present every day. So even if they have a schedule where he takes the kids, it's still not the day-to-day, the homework, the dinners, the etc. Which is why she will label herself a single mom. Some people wouldn't consider that a single mom. Some people would say that they are a mom that is single, but a single mom is often seen as a mom who has no help. You know, dad's not there at all. Dad's not helping at all. A lot of people in the comments were saying that they felt seen. A lot of people get confused the term single parent with solo parent. So if you're a solo parent, you literally have no one else. You know, that's that typical single mom, which you shouldn't really use that term, but that's what you think of. You think of a solo parent. Dad's nowhere to be found, or dad is very far in between. Where a single mom is a mom who's single relationship-wise. She does not have a partner. She may not have a partner in the house. She is not parenting alone. One thing I really have to say about Tia is she's been very transparent throughout her whole divorce about how different her family dynamic looks now and how she got there, the difficult nights, the crying, the not knowing how you're going to handle going from being a unit of 4 to being a unit of 3, at least in the house. I feel like that transparency is really nice. But then you also had some people commenting in the comments saying, calling yourself a single mom is kind of disrespectful to Corey because Corey is still helping. He's still very much a present parent, even if it's not the day-to-day with them not living together. So I want to know, what do you guys think? When you hear the term single mom, single parent, single dad, you automatically think they have no help, that the other parent's not in the picture? Or do you know that that just means that they're single? They're not in a relationship, but that parent most likely is still there. Let me know.
Another person here says laziness will ruin a relationship faster than anything. Somebody else here says, I agree, except being the example might be a better solution. And it's almost like there's something wrong here, right? With the way she has thought this whole thing through, how she views herself. And she really believes, and she's not the only one, this is not really about Tia Mowry, right? She's an archetype of a lot of other chicks out here who think they're going to find the man who they're looking for. They're going to be just okay in their dating life when they don't realize that you left the best situation you had. And now, unfortunately, you have to drink a long cup of coffee filled with consequences. Let's not forget this video right here.
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening. Wow. And it's not easy. It's a hard journey. But at the end of the day, I feel like it is so, so worth it. I knew.
All right. But of course, guys, that's it. Or is curious to know, what do you think? Hey, guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon-to-be-married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link into the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.